You won't believe how a lazy boy, who once couldn't even make his bed in the morning, ended up changing not only his own life but also inspiring thousands of people around him, all because of one small habit. This isn't a story about overnight success. It's about the slow, quiet power of small actions that most people ignore until it's too late. So, listen closely, because what happened to this boy might just be the reminder you need today. There was a boy named Ayaan. He wasn't bad, nor stupid, nor hopeless, just lazy. Every morning his alarm would ring, and every morning he'd hit snooze. Again and again. He'd tell himself, just 5 more minutes, until 5 turned into 50, and half the day was gone. His parents had stopped shouting. His teachers had stopped expecting. Even his friends once close had stopped calling him out. Ayaan had accepted his identity, the lazy one. He'd say it like a joke. I'm just built different, but deep down, he knew it wasn't funny anymore. Days blended together. Eat, sleep, scroll, repeat. He watched motivational videos, felt inspired for 10 minutes, then did nothing. He wanted to change, but the gap between wanting and doing felt impossible. Then one night, everything shifted. It was 2:17 a.m., scrolling through his phone, when he stumbled upon a short clip. A man in the video said, "You don't need to change your life. Just change one thing and do it every single day." Something about those words hit differently that night. Maybe it was the silence of the room. Maybe it was the exhaustion in his own heart. But he whispered to himself, "Okay. Just one thing." He decided that from tomorrow, he would make his bed every morning. Nothing else. No gym. No studying. No grand plans. Just make the bed. It sounded stupid even to him. But the next morning, for the first time in a long time, he didn't hit snooze. He sat up, pushed off the blanket, and made his bed. Neatly. It took 1 minute. He looked at it. It looked back at him, and for a strange reason, he felt something he hadn't in months control. That was the beginning. A habit so small, it almost didn't matter. But it did. Days passed. Ayaan kept making his bed. He didn't miss once. Then, without planning it, he started brushing his teeth right after. Then washing his face. Then drinking a glass of water. It was like his life was slowly clicking back into rhythm, one tiny habit at a time. He wasn't running marathons. He wasn't becoming a genius overnight, but he was becoming someone who followed through. After 2 weeks, he decided to add another habit, 5 push-ups. Just 5. He hated it at first. His arms shook. His breath was uneven. But he didn't quit. By the end of the month, 5 became 10. 10 became 20, and one day, when he caught his reflection in the mirror, he noticed a change not in his body, but in his eyes. They didn't look tired anymore. They looked alive still. Not everything was smooth. There were days he wanted to skip, days when his friends laughed at his silly routines. Days when old habits whispered, "You'll never really change." But every time that voice came, he looked at his bed perfectly made and thought, "I already did." Months later, something extraordinary happened. One of his teachers, who used to call him wasted potential, noticed him sitting in the front row, taking notes. His parents, who had stopped hoping, saw him wake up early to study before breakfast. Even his friends started asking, "Bro, what happened to you?" And Ayaan would just smile and say, "Small habits happened." He began to understand a truth that most people spend their lives missing. Consistency beats motivation. It wasn't about feeling ready. It was about showing up, especially when he didn't feel like it. By the time a year had passed, Ayaan wasn't just making his bed anymore. He was making his life. He'd learned guitar. He'd started running. He began helping others in his neighborhood with small goals of their own. The same boy who once slept through mornings now inspired people to wake up to their potential. And it all started with one small habit, a decision so simple that anyone could make it, but so powerful that most never do. Now, you might be wondering, What does that have to do with me? The truth is it has everything to do with you, because Ayaan wasn't special. He didn't have talent, luck, or money. He just chose to start small and keep going, even when no one noticed. Maybe today, that's all you need to do too. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't dream about massive change. Pick one small habit and do it every single day, because someday, just like Ayaan, you'll look back and realize that the smallest step you took was the one that changed your entire life.